was sent to Gaza, the reason why we have treatment of the Palestinian people, an oppression and a persecution that goes back right to the foundation of the Israeli state. So I'm delighted to welcome a speaker who is Palestinian, Claudia Saba, and a member of the Irish anti-war movement to speak to us.
Palestinians have known for a really long time. I mean, our parents, my grandparents experienced firsthand what it means to be at the receiving end of the Zionist criminal weapon. My grandparents were thrown out of their homes. My father had to live as a refugee. I can't go back to my country. What has happened in the last few years with Gaza and before that Lebanon and now with the flotilla, not to mention the daily killings and house demolitions and shootings that happen every day in the West Bank and in Gaza, does not surprise Palestinians. Unfortunately, we're really used to this kind of treatment. But now, they're going around killing international people who have nothing to do with the Palestinian-Israeli question, jumping on them from onto ships, acting like pirates, and then coming up with the stupidest of excuses to explain what happened. I mean, we've heard it, and then we heard that there were weapons on board. When they couldn't find or show any weapons, they said, oh, they stole the weapons from our soldiers. What? Your soldiers? You're insulting your soldiers. You're insulting your soldiers, you idiots. You're telling us that your special unit commandos got their weapons stolen? It's one ridiculous excuse after the next. Now that some of the witnesses are being deported after they were hijacked, brought into Israel, and are being deported, now that they're telling us what actually happened, the story is starting to come out. Of course, they tried to hide it for days. People were not allowed to speak to the media. People are probably still fearing for their lives. I mean, if your friend was machine gunned right beside you, then how much courage are you going to have to come out and speak? These people have been terrorized, the people on the flotilla. But now we know that when they landed on the boats, they electrocuted people. They beat the women. We have evidence of this. And most importantly, we know that they started shooting first. They started shooting before they even landed on the deck. These are not special unit commandos. These are fucking cowards! I'm sorry, I don't usually swear this much, but I'm really, really angry. So I'm sorry about my language. Now I ask you this. They're deporting 7 Irish nationals, right? They kidnapped 7 Irish nationals and are expelling them. Are we going to stand for this? I'm an Irish citizen too. Am I going to stand for my fellow nationals being expelled? And we're going to keep these people here? You know, this isn't just going to happen. I mean, there's something very sick at the government level, even at most world's governments levels. When it comes to actually doing something against Israel, it's amazing. But somehow, it's impossible to touch them. What is this sickness? What is at the root of it? This sickness must be addressed. And so I urge you, we're all very angry this week. I mean, thank you all for coming, and thanks for coming on Monday, but But this isn't enough. You are going to have to help the politicians along. They need some help to do the right thing. So we need to keep the pressure up. And that's why I'm saying, I think we need to surround this embassy the same way it surrounded Gaza. Let us show them what it feels like to be surrounded and to be under siege. Well, they're not in there right now, but we should. I urge you to join the Irish anti-war movement and to be really creative. I mean, we want to hear your ideas about how we can put the pressure on, because, you know, marching in the streets is great, and writing articles is also very important, and speaking about all this is important. But I think, like I said, we need to think of some peaceful, non-violent methods, direct action that will help the government throw these people out. Thanks.
Out, out, out! Out, out, out! Out, out, out!
Israeli ambassador!
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 Out, out, out!
So what do you think? Will we, for a while at least, surround the Israeli embassy? What about staying for a little while? What do you think? What do people think? Let's stay for a while. And see, are these brave Israeli officials, have they the bravery to come down here and face us? Have they the bravery to come down and explain, give us the lies that they've tried to put out over the media over the last few weeks to justify the cold-blooded murder of peace activists? So we're suggesting maybe we'll stay a while, listen to a bit of Palestinian music, maybe there's a few other people who'd like to get up and say a few words, because what we need is a people's movement when the politicians have failed us, and that's what's happened. They have failed us. We get out on the streets over Lebanon, we get out on the streets over Gaza, we get out over the streets over the bombing of Cana, and the politicians say a few words and they do nothing. So it is up to us, just as it was with apartheid South Africa. Be under no illusions. The governments of the world resisted imposing sanctions on apartheid South Africa until the very, very end. It was only because people fought. The workers in Henry's, as Raymond Dean said earlier on, something is happening when Alan Shatter criticises the siege of Gaza, because he has been the most bellicose, irritating, hypocritical defender of Israel and all he has done for God knows how many years. Alan Shatter's not doing it because he's suffered a conversion on the road to Damascus. He's doing it because of the pressure. They are feeling the pressure, and we have to keep up the pressure. Free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Gaza!
Free, free Gaza!
Okay, we're going to put on a bit of music. I know some people won't be able to stay, but I appeal to people to stay a while. Let's keep them guessing. Let's keep them guessing about how long we might stay. The same way they try and intimidate the people of Gaza and the world. Let's keep them guessing for a while.
Excellent.